Alright, I get to go first. I have my time limit going. That 659 all sheep looks amazing. Not gonna happen. This 9-6 looks pretty good. Is there anything that actually beats that? So if I go here, I get the strongest wheat on the board and I get the strongest ore. So I think that forces me to go here because the 3 is better than the 2 and I am closer to either port. There was really no reason to pick here. I will have someone go down here and maybe contest me. And then what will I need? I'll need sheep and wood, and there's only one spot for that. But that's okay, since my clay is pretty low too. I'll probably be going for a 3 city, 1 settlement, and then dev card kind of play. So there's lots of sheep on the board up for the grabs, and it's close to other resources that I can use. Now, I feel like this is going to get taken. Building to this board is kinda useless though, so I'm gonna go for the gamble. But the 659 sheep, it's... If it was any... I think if the last person to go can get onto it and go here, they might have a really good time. So red is going for a sheep. Well, they're going for high production first of all, but they've got 2 of the logs and the sheep. So if someone else goes here, then 2 people on this board will have very little log play. I was already preparing to skip out on logs, so that's fine for me. Red will need wheat, ore, and clay though. Wheat, ore, and clay. I guess his spot to go is here, but I imagine this will get taken. Second best wheat, best ore on the board. Very surprising if this even stays up. Like, blue should take this if he's going to go for this gambit. Just go there and go for that port. I mean, obviously he might try and go up here. Oh yeah, actually, I guess that would make more sense to go up here than down here. But if red gets this for free, that's crazy. So if gray went here, they would need sheep and logs, which means they could build up here. And then that actually wouldn't be too bad, but they're on double 11s and 3 and 4 for wheat. Curious where they might decide to go. I could see them building down here and then building to that sheep. I think the key for me is that I need to defend this wheat. I think I'll be trading people wheat a lot. Potentially even ore. So my current spots are still available, so what I need sheep and logs. Depending on where people go up here, this wouldn't be too bad because I could build 2 this 8 and diversify. I could go on this 11-3-6 and then build out up here if for some reason he doesn't take the sheep port. Yeah, but see, that's taken. Oh, he built up to there. So I could oh, I will definitely be going here then. Then again, I could double down on the ore and wheat and build this way to get the 11. But ooh, red's gonna build there, so then I will have competition up here. So because I have competition, I definitely think I need to build here. And maybe sneak my way to a building here. Or if I build here, I can go for the 3-4-1 port, which I do think I need. Let's think about this. So wheat or sheep is over here. I could build on this and be far away from people and expand out to get more clay, but that seems lacking. I think this is the play because I get my sheep. I get a little bit more wheat, which is never bad. I may be able to build here, but I highly doubt that'll happen. But it's just so low in production, but everywhere else it's also pretty low. Like, even if I build here, I don't instantly get 3 for 1 port, so I'll hold on to that log until the 3 is rolled, or I can trade in. I think no one will trade me right off the bat. Even though, like, they need wheat. I should be the one stolen from almost every time early game. Like, I think I have the highest potential to scale, maybe gray a little bit because he's got double clay and wood, and you can easily expand out here. I think red's gonna run into some troubles later. The rubber, so I need clay. Yeah, I think he's already used his clay, and no one else actually has clay. But I just don't want. Okay, so I think if I control the wheat, I do control the wheat. If I control the stone, he can't upgrade anything. But I don't want sheep. I get my sheep anyways. If red is trying to build over here, I need to beat him. So it'd be nice to be able to build one road. And it's not gonna happen. It's at a 6, so there's sheep on the board and wheat. So I was the only one that profits from 6. Oh no, I'm at 9 with 4 and 4. I mean, it's not bad, but this 4 sheep is my road. Alright, 2 more rolls. Yeah, everyone's just kind of stuck right now, having to get resources and trade in. I have trade turned off, that's not good. Oh, just smacked me in the face with this one, okay. I considered buying a dev card, but I only have 1 ore. And I mean, I'm not getting too many cards, I might go over with 7. So I think it's even worth me to like risk losing that ore from a theft. And red didn't actually steal back from me. They stole from gray because red is smart enough to know that gray has all the clay if there is any. But I don't know if 3s and 11s have been rolled. Maybe they were. So now blue is trying to think where he needs to put the robber to slow other people down. Gray, red, and I are kind of equally ahead. So either one of us are fair game in his mind. I think he needs to build a city, but I'm the one that's been on 9. So now that I built this road, my goal is actually to build a city. Not so much to build this settlement unless it's very convenient. I think offering this trade, and if it doesn't work, I trade in my wheat. I just have too many cards. So if I didn't build that settlement, like I almost had enough for a city, but just the wrong type of cards. So I had too many cards, so if a 7 got rolled, I would lose basically a settlement or a city. So I didn't want to hold on to it. Wow, that guy will trade a lot for clay. Pretty, well, I guess it's okay that I got the 3 now, but I have had to trade cards in for it. I definitely need to get this into a city, followed by this guy over here. Basically, I think whenever you go for, you have a high ore, high wheat, you're kind of locked into this early game of, that's too many wood to give to a guy. Anyway, so when you get high ore, high wheat, your early game is pretty much get 2 cities and a settlement. Once you've done that, you've started to enter the mid game where you can expand more or you can buy development cards. And now those 2 decisions depend on the board and what people are doing. But yeah, I basically need 1 more settlement and it's going to be built here. But I can afford to wait for at least 1 city before I start doing that, unless I get like a clay and a log. Okay, so gray is actually scaring me because of how fast he can expand. He's gonna get to another clay, he'll be able to secure longest road. Eventually he'll get to either this port or that port. So his mid game is going to be making this a city, and then he'll be really pumping. I think blue is severely far behind, and so is red. But they get nothing that I need, so I think I'm going to target his wheat. Yes, and I got an ore. I don't think anyone has 2 wheat. Let's see what people offer. Like, I know blue needs the logs. So red put it on blue, even though blue and I are struggling, and sheep isn't that important right now. Ooh, a 6, that's really good. Another ore. 2 logs. Okay, so I think here I just see if anyone wants to trade me that. I think wheat is way too valuable for anyone to make that trade. I don't need logs for a very long time. Like, if I didn't have the 3-for-1, I would have traded 2 logs for 1 wheat. But because I have the 3-for-1 port up here, it's not worth trading more than 1. But now I'm a big target. I've got the first city on the best 2 tiles on the map, so... And 11s just keep getting rolled, and I've just gotten my wood back, so that's great. I keep turning trades off. Interesting. I really wish I knew what that was. Because red needs clay. Okay, so now that red is built there, they're either going to build up here to get a second thing of ore. Well, they actually should be going for a city over everything else. And it would be hard to see them casually building a road past me here. But maybe I do need to devote resources into getting that. I think I'm going to gamble this time and just wait it out. Yeah, so red never needs wood, but blue... Actually, I think blue and red are both on we need to build a city. I think blue just needs to build 1 city and he's into his mid game. His early game is probably the toughest of it of anyone. But once he gets a city on this, he's very scary. We'll clearly trade that. Hopefully I'm not contested by anyone else. But Gray knows that even though like Gray and I are very close, I think. So he knows not to trade me. Perfect. Trade a wheat for an ore. Should be a more than worthwhile trade, if anyone has it. So I'm clearly in the mid game. Blue isn't quite there yet. Red is definitely not there. Gray, I think once Gray gets a port, like they've got longest road, so that was phase 1. I think they need to get a 4th settlement and expand. But I don't know why they would build a settlement here. I think them putting the robber here is a... Well, actually, I think that works out well because it slows everyone else down. Especially Gray. But I think this 4 just cripples him. He's got no port. Even if a 9 is rolled, he only gets 1 ore. If a 4 is rolled, he gets 3 wheat. And that's like the rest of his settlements he can build. Those are dev cards. Not much to do with that. Another roll, that would be great. So I've got my 2 cities and a settlement. I could just start buying development cards and be okay. I think I want... I don't know if I build here if my wheat production will be more than enough or if I already have enough right now. But yeah, like blue scares me now. 3 and 3 are a road. Road building, though. The one card I don't need. Actually, I could stop blue and quickly build over there and get more sheep. Or I could build down to here. I could also quickly build up to here. Oh, I think if I do get enough cards for settlement, I can quickly build right here. Because then I get another source of ore. I think that's the play, and I just have to beat red to it. So if I get a settlement here, then this road building card has paid off. Okay, red has been attacking me and I haven't liked it. But I think I just have to attack gray. That guy's probably playing on mobile or something. So let's see, gray gets some more sheep and clay, but he lacks basically wheat and ore. So he'll get 5 settlements, he'll have longest road, that'll be 7 points. So he'll have to trade in for a city, or 2 cities, and then get a victory point or get 3 knights. I don't think anyone except for blue can maybe go for largest army. I think he needs to be as efficient as possible, so he's going to get 3 cities and then just buy development cards. Maybe build an extra settlement. Looks like everyone is having tons of issues. I mean, if red DCs, it has really no impact on the game, I think. I think like this, I could be wrong and blue could come out ahead and just completely win the game. Yeah, I think with the red losing, it doesn't really impact the game. They'd already been shuffled out. I think they had a chance if they could build down here, and if they had built another settlement up here. But doesn't look like they'll be able to do that. I just need 6s to reroll and I'll be swimmingly. This is really my bane. This 6 and 9 are my only sources at the moment. There is also, if I build 2 things there, a settlement. If gray stops expanding and they get lazy, I could steal it away maybe. Longest road, I mean. That's what we need. Another robber. So good, red has to get rid of cards. I need ore, but no one's gotten ore, I think. Haven't paid attention if a 4 was rolled. I don't want sheep, so I don't want to steal from blue. Basically, I think I just have to bully gray. Oh, that's better. Anyone would trade for a clay. Hopefully they just offer a sheep. Oh, thank you. So I can trade 3 in for clay. And then I can do road building. That's a really nice play. Very sleazy to not offer a wheat for sheep and make blue offer it on its own. That's actually really funny. I might actually put that as a highlight in the video description. Because my thinking was if I do a wheat for a sheep, then blue might realize that I need a sheep to trade in 3 for 1. So if I just offer the wheat on its own, then it's like I'm accepting anything. And what's more useless than a sheep and who's got a whole bunch of sheep? Maybe I was overthinking it, but whatever works. Yeah, I'm getting attacked a lot by blue, even though I did think gray was potentially in a stronger position. But I guess now, like, for sure I'm in a scary spot. I've got 2 sources of ore. I've got a very scary wheat. Surprised he actually put it on that ore, not just on the wheat. I'm actually getting a lot of cards to build settlements with. So I guess I'll just follow that path. I'm not really afraid of blue till he gets another city on this place over here. When he does that, that's scary. And he has played a knight. But I think it's too early for him to go for knights. Because I think if he was actually going for cities, then he could buy the knights a lot faster later on. And yeah, like, even with the AI, red has just been stuck. I think maybe they tried to expand and they traded a whole crapload of stuff for clay at one time. I think maybe they should have made that into like a city, at least for here. And then you could have built a city here, and then you have a lot more to trade around with. And then instead of building this way, I think you should have built down to the port and trade 3 for 1. He would be in a very strong position late game. But yeah, no one can afford me to get this 9 roll. That's just way too scary. And that's a lot of wood from that 11. If I don't get a 7, what can I do? I've got 3 for 1. Robber, of course. We knew that was gonna happen, didn't we? This extra wheat is useless. This is useless. I could trade 3 of those in for clay. Yikes. Just not enough. So I need a clay or wood. Who's got clay or wood is red. Oh, I got a sheep. I still have like the amount of cards right below a 7, so like this whole thing might go around again and I'll have to throw out 5 cards. So I didn't attack gray this time, but I still think it's going on my 9. Actually no, gray is on 9, so it won't go on there. He'll probably put it on the 6 or this 6. Put it on the 11. There's always the chance I'll get a 3. Oh, the 9, after I've already traded so many things in. I don't think blue can trade me this. If I hold on, I'm a target. If I'm a target anyways. I'd really like to just build that settlement, but I can't do it. Road building again. Oh, now I get all this clay. Interesting. Should have held on to those cards. Well, Urchin isn't a threat, but if I lose this clay... So I did that because I had 1 ore, and if a 9 did get ruled, then I could very easily build my city. And then I could just get a 9 or a victory point as well. But now I've got the robber. And I'm going to get stolen from, so I want to keep these 2. But I gotta get rid of them. And I will be targeted by blue. It's gonna put it on here and steal from me, most likely. I mean, I did get the clay. I got 2 clay. Oh yeah, and he stole from me. Oh, at least it was the sheep. Oh, that's crazy. All of his trade-ins for death card. Just hoping to get any card from gray. I don't. So yeah, if I fired him, I'd put it on the 6 and steal from me. Yeah, I'm just getting wrecked. It's the card he needed as well. So now Gray, I'm pretty sure Gray has a tough time building cities from here on out. So that's my saving grace. Blue is terrifying in that they're about to get a knight. And they build another city and they're at 8 points. How they get the other points, I don't know. I think that's enough time for me to build 2 cities and a settlement. And then hopefully somewhere get a victory point. Yeah, but these 8s, I'm just not getting 8s rolled to me, so that's rough. An entire turn of not getting anything. Ugh. Very scary. Ouch. Yeah, I just gave up 2 turns without getting anything, so I'm falling very far behind. Or my lead is getting eroded very quickly. But a 34-minute game already. It normally ends between 34 and 45 minutes. I kind of wish the timer was much faster. I would just like a 9 rolled and then a 6. Playing his knight. Yeah, so got largest army. Clearly has to attack me and will steal from me because he's done that every time. With him having the largest army, I need 4 turns to beat him. So getting largest army is actually not the greatest plan. So I think I'm going for 4 cities and 2 settlements. Maybe even snipe the longest road. He's only got 5, I could build 2 very quickly. Yeah, I think something like maybe sniping longest road might work out. Oh yeah, that's terrifying. So he's at his 8 points, so he needs to build 2 cities. And he will definitely have an easier time doing that while this 9 is blocked on me. Oh, that's a very nice roll. Too bad I don't have sheep. Blue has never traded. Well, I guess he traded me once. So I have it. Basically, I have a decision to make. What? Wow, they stole from me. Okay. So if I use this road building to build another settlement here, then I get 1 extra point, so that's 8 points. Then I only have to build 2 cities. But if I use this for longest road, I still have to build 2 cities. Oh wait, no I don't. I have to build 1 city if I get longest road. And actually, with this card, it actually isn't too hard to steal longest road. I build 1 city and I do longest road. I think that's my fastest way to victory. And I think that outpaces Mr. Blue here. I'm very surprised this guy didn't build more to somehow get this clay port. But not sure, not sure. Hopefully I can roll. Oh, he took all the ore. That's a smart play. I'm just happy he took it from blue if blue had any at all. So now I'm still at least 2 turns away from building a city, which is rough. This is still counting down. That's kind of annoying. Build 2 cities and a settlement? Ugh, sounds bad. Oh, he might have a lot of victory points. I can't trade ore. Maybe I do need to steal longest road from him. If I do that, then he can steal it back. So I think I can only do it. Wait, gray left? Well, this game was interesting till everyone decided to leave. still attacking me here. I really think attacking gray here is much better. Don't think it's worth me to trade that. Thanks. I need too many cards to build a city right now. I think I just wait. Yeah, see, even the AI immediately starts to go and build a settlement down there. It's really nice to see. I think he's got a victory point as well, so I think he's at 9 points. I think he's just working out how to build a city right now. Or he gets a victory point. Ooh. Oh, okay, I cannot. If I roll a 7 on my turn, guys, oh. Yes, I think that's the best trade ever. Of course, I think I could have been so close to winning. Fine, oh, it's actually really good that I stole that from. Okay. 1, 2, and then I win, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4. He's still got longest road. Oh, I just had to build that many? Oh, I guess that's 6. Oh, I guess so. I guess it didn't matter that I lost all those cards. But yeah, all the cards I got just gave me the win anyways, so it's very nice. So I actually could have taken longest road much sooner than I actually calculated. Let's see how close everyone was. Yeah, so they're all, well, this guy actually wasn't that low of ELO. He did pretty well. Yeah, he was at 9 points. He had that victory point card. I guess that's how you add people. I mean, I'm gonna upload this video simply because red dropped out when like they were irrelevant in the game. Like look at what they did, and then gray dropped out because I think they realized how high of a mountain they had to climb to get to the late game. Like they were still stuck mid game without any cities. You can never get to late game without cities. Like, cause like if you can't get cities, then you can't get def cards, right? But blue, like very close. Like that 6, 5, 9. He got so many 7s rolled to attack me. He definitely stopped me from building a city like 3 or 4 times. He had the knights. He forced me to take longest road. So yeah, I think I was just, I don't know, because I got 2 road building cards, right? And that's pretty good. That's 4 clay and 4 ore, and look at my clay or logs. And I have like a pretty bursty 11 that I may not actually ever be able to use. So in summary, basically red, they didn't build a city here like first. They also chose to build a settlement here instead of building one here. I would say they needed to build a city here or here before building a settlement here. So they massive blunder, way too far behind, never even got, maybe they got to the mid game by the time the game was over. Gray, they had all the tools, like, so they built here, and they built here. I think that was really good. I think maybe instead of doing this thing, they should either have built on the port, maybe gone around like this way for a road. I don't know, like they had to go for longest road, so somehow they needed to meander all the way around this board. Maybe they could have, I don't know where their first settlement was this one or this one, but like I think building from here, here, down to here, and then up would have been more logical. And then get your 2 settlements, maybe build a second one or third one, and then build a city. I think for Gray, whenever he has the means to build a city, he would need to do it. But he just built a city too late, I think. So in the mid game, he just fell apart, and I predict that early on that like his late game was gonna struggle. Basically, he needed longest road, 2 cities, and build the rest of his settlements. And then even then, he still needs like a victory point or something, right? So then blue built here. He actually took this when he wasn't the last one to go, because he recognized what position he would be in if he actually built like Gray did. So he went for the high production, and high production all with 1 resource is really good. And he built on the sheep board immediately, which I think is good considering he's got this. So the problem with this is that you're gonna get like a lot of sheep and a lot of 1 card, but you're gonna have to trade 4 for 1, or 2 for 1 actually, sorry. And you're just gonna have to float a lot of cards in your hand, and if people steal a card from you, they're really stealing 3 cards from you. So that's kind of rough. So the early game could be harsh, but he seemed to expand pretty well. He did good trades. I mean, trading 4 for 1 isn't actually too bad. Well, 2 for 1 isn't too bad when you have this. So it wasn't too surprising that he got to build here. I believe he built this city after getting to here, which is good because he got the 8 sheep, so I think that's really good. And then he built this city as well, so he was actually keeping up the pace with me. I do think if my 9s and 6s had been rolled a bit more. There's the dice stats. Yeah, so 16, 14, and 11. So they were actually rolled quite a bit. The 7 was rolled 24 times. That's kind of crazy. 3 was rolled 3 times, and I built settlement with every aura clay that I got, basically. 11 was rolled 5 times. Yeah, so like he had the 6, 5, and 9. 7, so 21. Yeah, so he got 30 sheep overall. That's crazy. Oh, plus all the 8s, and then the double with the city, but yeah, he was keeping up to pace with me. I think he actually got to the later game before I did. And it was just a matter of him getting the better rolls than me. Because whenever I get a 6, he gets 2 sheep. Whenever I get this, he gets this. Whenever I get this, he only gets 1, and I get 2. So I was really banking on these 4s to carry me out, and any 3s that I got wheat from. I think like these 3s and just wheat being more efficient than trading in 2-for-1 sheep is what allowed me to quickly build this last city. Yeah, I think if I didn't get 2 road building things, I probably would have lost to blue. But then the question is, what if I had gone 2 knights? I never would have caught up to blue's knights. And he had, how many knights did he have? He actually only had 3 knights, so maybe if I had actually gone 3 knights, he would have bought one, which would have prevented him from building a city or getting something else. But as for me, like, I don't know, it was rough. I have nothing special to say, just I think when you play early game on 6-9, you're forced to get 2 cities and a settlement in a settlement for a good reason. Like I got this settlement for the 3-for-1 port. If I had built it here instead, that kind of would have been less than stellar. So yeah, I think high wheat, high ore. You build 2 cities. You do not buy development cards. You expand once. You're in the mid game, and then you choose between getting a 4th settlement, building a 3rd city. I built a 4th settlement here because, well, I built a 4th one here for more wheat. But then I built one here instead of like going for a city because I needed to diversify my ore. So I think I made the right decision there. But then my late game just, it didn't come together because I have 3, 4, 11 and 2 as my other resource giving tiles, and I'm banking on 6, 6, and 9. So if I get the cards, that's great, but like I could have gone 5 turns without getting anything, and I went for 2 or 3 turns where I got them. I got a lot of cards, but then I had to throw them away, and I also got targeted a lot, so it was kind of risky play. If I could have somehow got like another wheat, like if this was like a 4 wheat or a 9 wheat, that would have been really good. But that's it.